Super. Okay, great stuff. So here we are today to talk about the WLA, and I've done some slides which I thought you might like. So, oh wait a minute, I need to get them up first. Just talk amongst yourselves for a moment. You know what I'm like. There we go. I tell you what it is. It's when you put that Zoom one on, isn't it? And it comes up with the Zoom page rather than the one I had already set up for you. Here we go. Good stuff. Yeah, so you can all see that, okay?
Yes.
All right. So let me first of all, I'm just going to give a quick bit of context. I think it's helpful just to see where you are for those who perhaps don't know. Really, and I do feel this, and the more and more I'm working with people, the more and more I feel this, that this whole kind of heart-centered leadership is where my heart is. I think we've got to have more leaders leading with the heart and being brave and being authentic. And I put leaders because, as you know, I run the Women Leaders Association, but I do work with men as well as women, and I'm coaching a few guys at the moment who I would say are very heart-centered. So it's quite important to me that whatever sex you are, you lead in the right way. And I think that for me, my whole passion around that is that if we can get more leaders to lead authentically and be braver, I think their impact on the community, on their teams, on the engagement of people feeling valued is huge. And I think we should start to see a shift. That's where I want to go. And you know, I'm really passionate about helping everybody make a difference and to find their calling, as you know, which is what we were covering, wasn't it, on the bootcamp. And I also know, don't we, Paula, that women work better in community than on their own?
Yeah, definitely.
And we're all in that boat. I can do it by myself. I can do it by myself. Oh, no, actually, maybe I can actually have some help. And over the years, I have been working particularly with women. I have noticed some commonalities in where women are at. And Paula's seen some of these before, but let me share with them. I'm afraid to say, guys, we do make excuses, and they're powerful excuses, and we believe these excuses, but nonetheless, they are typically excuses. So let me tell you some of the common ones that I see. We do have this terrible imposter syndrome, this sense that I'm going to get found out. Surely they won't really, they'll realise that I really don't know what I'm doing, and that I'm making it up, and that I'm winging it, and that I will get found out. Anyone relate to that one?
Sometimes. I just smile lots, and then hopefully people don't really realise I'm blagging it a lot of the time.
Although interestingly, you know, men suffer from this as much as women, actually. Just we kind of feel it and experience it more, I think, than the guys do. But that is a really common one. This one here, which is for me about not standing out, about being a bit passive, about thinking, well, surely they can just see what I'm doing. You know, it's that kind of, I'm just going to hide behind my desk because I do not want to put myself out there, and my results will speak for themselves. Anyone relate to that one? Few, maybe. Then we have an overwhelmed Olivia, as I called her at the conference. Doing everything herself because she believes she's Superwoman, and then even changing the water cooler. Hey, Paula, remember that? The very first time I met Paula, which was years ago, I went to your office, didn't I? Yeah. And you were here, there and everywhere. You were like a bee buzzing everywhere. And the next thing I knew, she's there with a big water cooler in her arms. I said, Paula, are you the chief exec here? I said, why on earth are you spending your time doing that? She says, well, I'll just get it done. It's quicker if I do it myself. You remember that, don't you?
Yeah.
I think there's also this one that I've noticed quite a lot with women as well, thinking that they're running out of time. Time is not on my side. Is that on you, Helen? Yeah, that, you know, I don't know, I might as well just not do anything because really I haven't got a lot of time left, which is a load of shite, if you don't mind me saying. You know, time is just something that we make up and help us structure the world. It should never stop us from doing anything. And Superwomen. It's a bit like the overwhelmed Olympia, but this whole sense that we are Superwomen because we're amazing, but we also we don't ask for help very easily. We believe we can, that we are able to juggle the kids and the elder care and the juggling of the house, the 25 jobs our team should be doing, the stuff our boss keeps handling down to us, etc., etc. And there's a bit of us that loves the juggling of plates, actually, because it makes us feel valued. But actually, what ends up happening is we end up collapsing on the photocopier. And I love this quote by the Dalai Lama, and I believe this quite strongly, actually. I do believe that our goal is not to be better than anybody else. It's not about competition, or it's about a competition with ourselves. But for me, life is this whole being better, being a better version of ourselves. And it seems to me that it seems to be a bloody life's journey, actually. It's kind of, we get there, and there's another layer, and there's another layer, and there's another layer. So I think and for me, that's more of an inward gauge than an outward one on all the kind of material stuff. And we talked a bit about that on the boot camp, didn't we, with the kind of validation and the internal and external validations. And that's what I believe to be true. And that's part of what we did. So that's a little bit of context. WLA has been going since March 2015. So we are 5.5 years old. I know, it's incredible, isn't it, Paula? It's just, and I met you before that. So yeah, we've been around a while, and we've chopped and changed quite a lot. But really in the context of seeing that with women and my passion for helping women, I did think, what can I do in this space? And that's when I set up the WLA. So I'm going to share with you now the different levels that we've got, and take any questions as we go along, so that you can get clear in terms of what we're up to. Oh, I know what I was going to do. I was actually going to show you the video from the conference. Would you like to see the video from the conference? It is 5 minutes. Can you hold on for 5 minutes while I play it?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it myself for a while, but I thought it was, oh, we've got somebody waiting to come in. Oh no, I hope they've been waiting very long. Oh dear. Oh, Lynette. Sorry, Lynette. Sorry for keeping you waiting. It didn't flash. Right, let me find the video now. And are you with us? Hi there. Hi, hi.
Hi.
Sorry about that. That was me, not. Right, I'm going. Oh, I need to share my screen again, don't I now? Back to Zoom. Share my screen. And let's play the video. You'll see that all right? Okay.
After taking part in the conference today and I've seen the benefits, I'm much more likely to recommend WLA, but I say much more likely because I already recommend the WLA, and I'm very happy to promote what they do, because it's clearly so worthwhile. So all that the conference has done for me is further reinforced what a great organisation is to be part of.
Yeah, I'd say what I'll take away from this is how important it is to understand yourself. I think Steve Smith, the high jumper, he spoke so well about talking about what motivates you, finding your own personal motivation, about examining processes that work for you to get to where you want to be. It's not just kind of one cat fits all situation. It's about working on yourself as an individual in order to get where you want to go, and that is what I will be taking away from today.
Fantastic.
It's important because women just work differently to men. I think, you know, you can say, oh, well, why aren't all male organisations allowed? And I think for too long, most organisations have been all male. There hasn't been a room for women at the table, and we need, I think, and I know it's a controversial point of view, but we need to have some positive discrimination. There needs to be more representation. People need to be, and businesses need to be doing more to up the number of women, to make women visible to other women as well, and to make them visible to men, because having women in the boardroom, in executive jobs, on the television, talking about sport, which is what I do, it needs to become normal, and you need to have that level of positive discrimination, hopefully only for a short-term period, to get that representation up there and to send out that message, and then hopefully it will just become normal that you see 50% women, 50% men, all doing the same thing and doing what they can.
Likely I would recommend it to people in your life, professional.
How likely am I to recommend the WLA professionally and personally? That is the easiest question in the world, with great ease and confidence. I think you only need to meet Sandra to know how inspirational she is and how influential she wants to be at helping females reach their full potential. And I think, like with any good leader, Sandra oozes that confidence and that coaching ability and that good mentorship to push and propel people forward to achieve their full potential.
Right, I'm stopping the share there. So that was an amalgamation of the two conferences, and wasn't the one I thought I was going to show you. But anyway, that gives you a bit of a feel, didn't it, for what we did. There was one, and you got to see Paula. She was on our panel one year, wasn't you, Paula? So,
Looking very glam, Paula.
yeah, so right, okay, let me go back to telling you about the levels. Bear with me a second. What we're up to. Right, where's the, there we go. We'll get there, guys. Bear with me a moment. Right. We move us on. Hopefully we're all back together again. Right, so let me tell you what we are about. And I think really there's, for me, three things stand out in terms of, I think, what we do that's quite special. I think the community we've got is amazing. We really do have a blend of women from all sorts of different businesses and all sorts of levels, from the likes of Paul as a CEO to women who are kind of fairly near the start of their career and are looking to aspire and grow through. We also offer structure and learning. So my background is leadership development. So I've got a wealth of knowledge to share. And I also bring in lots of different experts to help us with key topics. And I think the other thing is around inspiration. People say that it is really inspiring to hear other people's stories and to be inspired. So they would be the three things really, the kind of inspiration, the content and the community. So what I've done is I've created a different tiered level of membership depending on A, where women are at in their career, and B, awareness that people might not want an in-depth detailed program, but people might want to dip their toe in the water, or they might not have the time or capacity to do the bigger programs. So the first one that we've got, which is a new level, is our Connect membership. So this is our monthly membership, means you can join at any point and you can leave at any point. So it's a kind of nice way to see whether we are for you, I guess. What you get in the membership, which I'll explain in a bit more detail in a sec, you'll get the online membership centre, which is start to look really good because we're investing in it again. You also get planning, which I'll talk about in a moment, and you also get some accountability. But I've written it out here for you in a bit more detail. So let me tell you what's in that. You've got, in the membership centre, there are three key categories. There's all our expert lectures that we haven't uploaded them all even yet, but these date back over the last 4 years. So we've got topics on leadership, on careers, on confidence, on management tools and on visibility. There's a few from me, but a lot of these are from experts in their field, so authors and speakers. So there's some real inspirational stuff in there. They tend to be about 40 minutes, so you can kind of dip in and out as you need to. We've also got a backlog of inspirational interviews. I've been interviewing leaders for about 10 blooming years. They've gone on and on and on, and men and women. And again, you can download them and listen to them in your car and whatever if you want to be inspired and tap into people's wisdom. And we have now stopped, but we did have a magazine up until March this year. For the last 5 years, we did a monthly magazine. So we've got the backlog of that in the membership site as well. So you get that and you get access to that 24/7. The other thing that I've introduced is, because of this overwhelm issue that women have, all members, whatever level you are, will get monthly planning. What will actually happen in January, we will do an annual planning, which will be a life planning day. It'll be, well, most of a day anyway. And we're going to look at the whole of your life, and we're going to get you to really hone in on what you want to do. And then we do quarterly sessions. So every 90 days, we sit back and go, where are we at against our target? What have we achieved? What are we doing next time? And then in between every month, we do a live planning. And it's really a sleeves rolled up session to help us all get ourselves clear and focused. Because without that structure, you will try and do everything and you'll get really overwhelmed. So it's a really good way of reviewing your progress and what you need to focus on next. The other new thing I'm introducing are the monthly challenges. So I'm going to, because I've so enjoyed this career boot camp, I thought, wouldn't it be great if we did a week-long challenge, which will just be a lunchtime slot, and I'll set you a little challenge to do by the end of the week, and you'll need to make it happen with the support of each other. So each lunchtime there'll be a bit of training from me, a little bit of input from me, and a bit from the community, and you'll be able to work on that thing, whatever it might be. So I've already got about a dozen topics that we can cover, but it should be something practical and something meaningful, and it enables us to come together as well. Everybody in the membership gets the opportunity to have an accountability buddy, which those of you in the boot camp will remember that we did this and it's worked really well. And I definitely want to encourage people to keep having an accountability buddy and keep changing it every 90 days so you build your community. And you also, at this level, you get a discounted ticket to the International Women's Day event that we do every year, which is a pretty special event. So that's the Connect level membership. Then if you actually want a more structured development program, then there are 2 levels of membership for you. And so we used to have our premium membership, and we've ditched that and we've created this. So we've got, if you're somebody who aspires to be a head of, then this would be the program for you. And you get everything I've just talked about in the Connect level, plus you get what I've described as 6 activators. So for me, there are a number of things you need to master if you want to move into a head of role. And well, I don't think we ever stop with any of these. There's really understanding what leading is and what leadership is over how to be a good manager. There's a real difference if you want to step up a level. And what we do is we spend a day together on that topic. So it'll be, and for now we're doing it all through Zoom and everything's recorded so that you get access to that as well. You'll also have an activator on promotion. How do you actually get promoted? Because again, we know that we don't always think that through in the right way. We've got an activator on setting boundaries. I find that women are not so good at being clear of what they want, what they don't want, being able to say no, being able to say yes in the right places. So we're going to do a whole day on that. There's another day all about feminine energy, because I'm a big fan that we've got to bring more of this feminine energy into the workplace. So how do you bring this, the essence of who we are as women, and ensure that that is respected and embraced, and not for all of us to stop trying to be like men and then burning out because we can't sustain it. We don't have the testosterone in us that the men do, but we have bucket loads of feminine energy. There's also going to be an activator on results. Again, I think that this kind of connects with the planning, but this is about how do you focus on what needs to be done and the priorities of what needs to be done, as opposed to juggling too many of the wrong things, and how do you get really clear about your communication on that. And then the last one is about how do you get visible. So again, if you want to move on in your career and you want to be considered for head of, you've got to get known, you've got to build your internal visibility. So we'll do a whole day on that. So it's actually a 2-year program, but you don't have to do 2 years. You can just do one and then do the second one. But I will do an activator every 90 days that sits around the International Women's Day. So those are the activators for Ready. You also get a complimentary ticket to our International Women's Day event. And there's the lovely Ali Fadil from N Brown, who's the Chief People Officer. She's an amazing woman. You also will get, I did this in June because of the COVID outbreak, and just feeling that people needed more. We did a little bit of this, didn't we, at the career day, but I did a whole day on this for members, and the Ready and the impact level members get this each, and I'm probably going to do it each year actually, because I think it's so powerful and needed to keep refreshing. And you also get, every month, I've forgotten this bit, every month you'll get some how-to videos. So these will be in the member centre as well. They'll be on key topics around we'll break some of those activators down into even more detail. So for example, there'll be one on how to create your LinkedIn profile, for example, or how to run a team meeting effectively. So there'll be really simple things that should help you in everyday situations. And also we do run a WLA mentoring program. I do have quite a good black book, I'm starting to realise. So for example, these 3 people would, Alistair McGeorge, who's the chairman of New Look there, has offered to be a mentor for me for many years. Marnie Millard has also offered to mentor people. Alison Cox is actually one of our members, and I know she is. So, that's just, we've got tons of people. So as a Ready member, you will get access, but there is an extra fee for that, because we need to there is some admin around that we'd need to put in. The investment for I'll come back to the other investment. The investment for Ready is $995 plus VAT for the year, and you can pay monthly as well. And I should have said the Connect investment is £50 a month to be a part of that, and that includes your VAT. So it's £50 and it's $995 for the Ready. I've got a kind of table to demonstrate this after. The impact level is the next level up. So this is if you aspire to be a director, you aspire to be a board member. You may already be operating at that level, because I still think there's quite a lot of good content that you still need to be focused on here. But this is for sort of the more senior women who aspire to go the next level again. The slightly different focus here is the community, because you are with women like yourself at the same kind of level, and the activators are different. So we've got an activator on influence. So how do you get yourself influencing people both inside and outside of the organisation? How do you impact your time? So especially the higher up you go, the more you have to juggle. So you've really got to get some good strategies around time management. Creating that kind of rock star team, having a team around you who will love you and aspire to you and be there for you. And again, what are all the strategies? There's tons of things you can do to really get a fantastic team. There's the whole strategic piece. So how do you develop the strategic thinking? So, because quite often women are very technically very good, but part of the step up into the next level is being able to look more strategically at the business and at the organisation. Lifestyle is really important. Women at the top can often get burnt out or work very, very hard just on work. So we will absolutely do a day. Well, these are actually 2-day sessions, but more in depth looking at your lifestyle and how do you create the right lifestyle and how do you ensure that you can let go and you've got the right systems and processes in place to give you the lifestyle that you want. And the last one is your little black book. So this is all about building the power base. Again, we touched a bit on this in the career bootcamp, but we go into a lot more detail about getting yourself a strong power base, both internally and externally. So these are kind of, I believe, the 6 key levers that will enable you to operate successfully at the senior level. And those days are content rich, there's lots of breakout space, there's lots of time to work on you and your plans, and they're normally quite enjoyable too, which is good. You get the International Women's Day Conference, of course, you get an opportunity to come and speak at these events if you want to. You get the Mindset Day again, you get different monthly how-to videos. You also get training to be a mentor. So some of our senior women will be able to be a mentor to some others in the community, or even to train and use those skills in your own organisation as well. The investment is $1,995 plus VAT for that. And again, we have monthly payment options available if that's of interest. So I've done a sort of summary slide there for you in terms of what you get. So just to recap, for the Connect level, you get the membership centre. Oh, everybody gets our LinkedIn community as well, by the way. I've forgotten to mention that one. And accountability buddies, you all get that. The planning, it's lovely, the planning, because all the levels can come together, which is really nice. I know some of the members didn't want to lose the opportunity to be all together. So we've got that. The monthly challenges we'll be doing, which will be optional. You can dip in and out of those. International Women's Day, the Connect will get a discounted ticket, but Ready and Impact will get a complimentary ticket. And the last couple of years, I've been selling them at $295, so it's quite a good offer. I think the Mindset Masterclass Ready and Impact get, the Activator trainings, the mentor training is for the Impact level, and the opportunities to speak is for our Impact level. And they're the different price points. So the Connect level includes the VAT, the others are plus. And then I thought I'd do a little special for you. So if anybody is interested in signing up to the WLA, and I thought I'd do this till Friday to get you guys there. If you want to join the Connect level, then I will give you access to the Mindset events. You can have all that training for you to watch this month or next month in August. And if you want to join the Ready or the Impact level, then I'm going to offer an executive coaching session for you, because that's what I do. And I thought that would be of help and guidance. And yeah, like this quote: are you waiting for success to arrive, or are you going to find out where it is hiding? I thought that was quite a nice quote. You know I love my quotes. So that's it. Questions. What questions do you have for me? I'll tell you, the one thing I haven't put on there is what people think of the WLA. I've just realised. Oh, Lynette, I can see you. Hi, nice to see you. Oh, that's lovely. Okay, so what questions have you got? What do people want to ask? What haven't I covered?
I very much enjoyed the boot camp, 6 weeks or 8 weeks, however many it rolled on. And actually, I'm missing it, that we haven't got the structure this week to it. So, and apologies for some of the ladies who didn't have the chance to go into it, but I thoroughly recommend that community feel. And I feel a bit lost without it. As Pauline and I have been emailing today, so that's really nice. So
still here, Kate. We're still here.
Right, thank you. So I definitely would like to sign up to one of these programs. My question is, Sandra, can you flip between the levels? So can you engage in one level and then, is that a commitment for the year, or how does that work?
So yeah, and that's a great question. Yeah, absolutely. So the Connect level, you can upgrade at any time. Because if you kind of go, and I'm aware if you don't really know much about me or the club or whatever, and you think, oh, is it some bunch of women and what they all up to? You might think, I'll just try it. put my toe in. So yeah, absolutely. My preference is for people to sign up for the year for the Ready and the Impact, because I think it takes a bit of time to get into the rhythm, to sign up to the things, and to start to see the results. You know, as with anything, you might embrace it and be woohoo for the first month, and then stuff happens and crap happens, and then you go, oh, it's not working, it's not working. It's just that we've got to go with the rhythm of our lives. So that's why my preference now. Of course, sometimes stuff happens. You know, I don't know. You might have a bereavement, or you might have been made redundant, or something might happen. You know me, I'm all about relationships. So absolutely. But what I don't want is it's lovely when you have a community that can come together, can grow together and work together and be there for each other. And I do think it takes a bit of time for that to happen, which is why I'm saying just commit for a year. But obviously I'd like you to do the whole 2 years, rather than saying you need to sign up for 2 years now, because I think that's quite a big commitment, even though the 2 years will be amazing. Will they not, Paul?
Thank you. My question.
I have actually got an exec level, which is what Paul has been doing with me, but I'm pressing pause on that for the time being, and I'm hoping to kick that off again next year. So that will be for women who are really at sort of board level and want to do. We did a lovely retreat, didn't we, Paul? Although I think I might still do a retreat this year. Anyway, we don't need to talk about that. Don't want to confuse you. So brilliant, that would be lovely in terms of signing up. But what I was thinking was, I thought if anybody does want to sign up, what do I do? So I thought, well, maybe we can have a call and I can just get you going and sort invoices out and do it that way, actually, if that would be helpful. Because sometimes it's nicer to just have a quick catch up, isn't it, one-on-one, and we can perhaps sort out the nitty-gritty there and then. If you'd like to do that, that would be good. So you can move up and down the levels. Obviously, you need to stay as long as it's relevant for you. You know, obviously the likes of Paula have been with me forever, because I think you've really valued the breadth of the community, haven't you, and the way we've evolved and changed. And I know you've had a lot of support. And we've had quite a few stay for several years actually, but people do come and go. You know, you do, and that's the way it works. So that's fine, as long as I don't really want people just coming for a month and then disappearing.
I understood that now. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I think for me, I've been in it from the beginning, as Sandra said, and I think there's two things really. Well, there's lots of things, but I think if you've been on the boot camp, you understand exactly. You get the practicality, so you get the tools to help you. So it's not just about inspirational talks, which are lovely, but I go to so many conferences and think, gosh, I'm never going to get that time back. And although that was really interesting and very moving, what have you done to help me to move forward? So I think that's one thing. I think you do get the tools and they're there for you forever. And if you head up teams, you take that back and use in your teams as well. So there's that level. For me as well, I found it really, really reassuring and a lot of backup and support in my level where, you know, I can't, you know, I'm the CEO, but I can't turn around and say, I haven't got a bloody clue what you're talking about or what's happening there without looking. I mean, I do, but, you know, supposed to. So whereas I can be quite open here and show vulnerability and say, I don't know, so help me. Again, because of the cross sector of industries, it's quite nice that it's not, you know, I'm not just all about with charity, so there's quite a breadth.
Yeah.
I also like as well that the members here I'll hear about, and it is a lovely cohort. I haven't yet been in a group or a work team that hasn't been really lovely women who are really very generous with wanting to share and help. And even though there are people with their own business or entrepreneurs, they're not, the immediate thing is not, here's my card, what can I get off you, what can I do for you and charge you? There isn't any of that, which is really quite refreshing and nice, I think. I mean, the support is there and the people are willing to give that free to help each other. So yeah, for me, I just think it's a really great community. It's really well valued for money, and you know, you will get the support, you'll get the network, you'll get so much out of it. It's well worth investing in yourself for it. That's my opinion.
Oh, you are lovely, Paula. Thank you. You really are.
I mean it though, you know I mean it.
I'm going to send you some brownies later. I know you do, and I really appreciate it. Thank you, and thank you for showing up. I didn't know you'd be here, so that's lovely. Thank you. Yes, Sarah.
I was going to ask about the opportunities to meet with other WLA members. Is it through Zoom calls like this, or are there a lot more sort of localized events? Because obviously I'm in London, East London, and where you are is quite a distance to get to for a local event.
No, that's good. A really good question. So up until COVID, all of those activators, if you like, the events we've run in the past have all been in person. I haven't done any of them online. I did a few sort of half-hour calls online, but it was all, and I split it between the northwest of London, or that way around, whichever way you're looking at me. But of course, right here, right now, I'm not going to invest in venues with what's going on. And I'm thinking, my thought process at the moment is to do our International Women's Day. I think will be in person, even though it's a massive event to pull off. And then I'm thinking of perhaps doing one in the September, which will be in person. Now, depending on numbers, Sarah, will depend on, my preference would be to do one in London, one in the Northwest. So it gives people the choice. The lovely thing I'm finding about Zoom is that we can record it, which we don't do when we do it live. And we are able to, people can come from wherever they are. They just have to get up. They don't even have to get dressed. They can have their pajamas on. They can be with us. So, and the other benefit, which I really like, is the breakout space where we split everybody up. But I also am aware that there is nothing better, and I'm a people person, than kind of giving people a hug and being together. So I don't think I want to go completely online, because it did cross my mind. And I'm also thinking, again, we did 1 year, well, we did it for about 2 years actually. We had socials. I don't know if you ever came to them, Paula, actually, but we used to
I came to a couple.
They were quite nice. We'd go out for a meal or go out for a drink, or and that would be sort of about every 6 or 8 weeks that happened. And some of the members kind of took on that role. And we also did it around our events in London. So we'd have a social either the night before or the night of. We'd go and have a few drinks or whatever. So that was lovely. And I think we probably could do with doing a bit more of that. But so does that answer your question? It's a kind of yes and no. But yeah, no, the answer is yes, we do do it, but it's just a bit up in the air at the moment with the COVID. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Pleasure. Anyone else got any questions for me that they want to know that I've not answered? That anything else going on? No. So what I will, well, do you know what I'm going to do? I will, well, I'm recording the session, so I will send everybody a copy of the recording. And I think I will say, so on that, I'll just put, if you're interested, email me back. But my email is sandra@thewla.com. So if you know you want to join us, then I'm quite happy to have a call with you. So we can I'll set up a call this week if you like. So, and we can talk through your options, what you're thinking of doing, and we'll get you on board if you would like to join. How's that sound?
Great.
That'll sound all right. It'd be lovely if some of you did. It'd be really nice. It feels a bit strange to me actually, looking at the diary and thinking, oh, no Friday call. No. Yeah, no, it would be really nice. Yeah, I'll be in touch with those of you on the Career Bootcamp. I will be in touch with the feedback actually. I'm working on that, so you'll get a copy of that.
Great.
Good. Well, if there are no other questions, I will let you all go.
Thank